Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOURFRINDS and Philadelphia EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're an Eagles fan, you know the NFL is always full of surprises, but what's about to happen in the NFC East is absolutely huge. Reports are swirling around that the Philadelphia Eagles are on the verge of pulling off a blockbuster trade that could reshape their secondary and significantly boost their chances of defending that Super Bowl crown. And it's not just a small move, it's a game changer. We're talking about acquiring Patrick Surtain II from the Denver Broncos. That's right, Surtain, one of the league's most promising young cornerbacks, could soon be donning the green and white. Now, this isn't just speculation, it's coming from sources close to the league, and the details are pretty compelling. The Eagles are reportedly ready to send a first-round pick in 2026 along with a third-round pick in 2025 to Denver in exchange for Surtain. So what does this mean for the Eagles? Well, first, it's about injecting youth and elite talent into a secondary that's been a bit shaky this season. And let's be honest, with Quinn and Mitchell sidelined due to a leg injury, the Eagles' secondary has felt the strain. Mitchell's absence has exposed some vulnerabilities, and adding Surtain could be the perfect remedy. His arrival would not only replace Mitchell, but elevate the entire unit. Imagine a defense that can now confidently lock down top receivers and create turnovers, especially in critical moments. Because let's face it, the Eagles' defense has been a beast overall, but they've lacked that extra edge, that X factor that can tilt the scales in close games. Surtain could be that difference maker. Now, for those of you who might not be fully familiar with Surtain, he was drafted in 2021 and has quickly established himself as an elite cornerback. His performance this year has been nothing short of exceptional. In 2025, he's tallied 16 tackles on his own, ranking around 103rd in the league. That's solid for a cornerback. But what really stands out are his pass defense stats. He's defended 5 passes so far this season, putting him in the top 10 in the league, tied with some of the best at his position. And his coverage skills, they're phenomenal. When targeted, quarterbacks have a rating of just 71. 9 against him, which is outstanding. Over his career, he's accumulated 216 tackles, 8 interceptions, and 42 passes defended. He's a player who can be trusted in man-to-man coverage and zone alike. His PFF grade for 2024 was an impressive 82. And this year, it's even better, climbing to 85. One despite Denver's defense allowing 24 points per game. That's a testament to his individual talent and consistency. Against the Steelers in Week 3, he forced a fumble and deflected 2 passes, demonstrating his playmaking ability. His expected points added EPA per target is around 15, meaning he's effectively neutralizing opposing offenses when he's on the field. And his background, well, he's been recognized as a Pro Bowl talent twice and earned All-Pro honors, which speaks volumes about his standing in the leg. His YAC allowed per reception is just 3.2 yards, and he's yet to give up a touchdown this season. Durability is another key aspect. Surtain has only missed 2 games in 5 seasons, showcasing his resilience and durability, traits that are vital when adding a player to a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Now compare that to Quinn and Mitchell's injury history, and you see why the Eagles are eager to make this move. Mitchell's injury has been frustrating, especially for a secondary that's already under pressure. Adding Surtain not only boosts talent, but also adds stability to a unit that needs it. Of course, Denver finds itself in a complicated spot. The Broncos are currently 3-3, but are in the middle of a rebuild after trading away their star quarterback Russell Wilson. Their main focus now is on building for the future, which means they're willing to part with a player like Surtain for the right price. Denver's needs are clear. They're looking to bolster their offensive line, which has allowed 28 sacks this season, and they're also eyeing cap space to extend young rookies like Bo Nix. Let's not forget they have a cap hit of around $12 million on Surtain, which when traded frees up about $8 million in cap space. That's a significant amount for a rebuilding team that's trying to manage salary cap constraints and roster development. But of course, trading Surtain isn't just about freeing cap space or acquiring draft picks. It's about what the Broncos are sacrificing, a potential cornerstone of their defense. Surtain's departure leaves a hole, especially since Denver's pass defense is already ranked 25th in the league, allowing 7-8 yards per pass. That's not ideal when you're trying to contend, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC West. The skepticism around this move is understandable. Denver is essentially trading away an X factor on defense for future assets, and the question is whether those assets will translate into wins down the line. It's a classic rebuild scenario, reminiscent of the Seahawks' Legion of Boom days, where star players were traded for draft capital to build a new championship-contending team. Now, turning to the Eagles, this move could be transformative. Their secondary, which has been decent but not elite, could see a massive upgrade. With certain projections suggest a 20% increase in interceptions and a significant reduction in the EPA per pass allowed. He would partner perfectly with Darius Slay, creating a lockdown duo that can shut down top receivers and force quarterbacks into making mistakes. Think about the impact. The Eagles' defense already ranks among the top in sacks with 18, but adding Surtain could push them into the top tier, perhaps even into the #1 spot for pass defense. His ability to cover and disrupt passing lanes means the Eagles could dramatically improve their chances to win in tight games, especially in the playoffs. In terms of individual matchup impact, Surtain's presence would be felt most against elite receivers. His ability to neutralize players like Dallas's Lamb, who's accumulated over 200 yards against opposing defenses this season, would be invaluable. Surtain's coverage skills are comparable to some of the best in the league, and his ability to limit yards after the catch, YAC, just 3.2 yards per reception, makes him a nightmare for opposing offenses. Moreover, with Surtain in the fold, the Eagles could generate more turnovers, leading to more scoring opportunities and potentially shifting momentum in their favor. Now, this isn't just about defense. It's about what Surtain could do to elevate the entire team's chances in the postseason. The Eagles, currently sitting at 4-2, have a secondary allowing 220 passing yards per game, an area that needs tightening if they want to contend for another Super Bowl. With Surtain's addition, projections indicate a +10 increase in turnovers per game, which could translate into about 15% higher win probability in crucial matchups. The impact on their overall offensive efficiency, especially with Jalen Hurts at quarterback, would be profound. Their offense could benefit from shorter fields, more scoring drives, and fewer mistakes, as Surtain's coverage limits opposing QBs and forces them into bad throws. Looking ahead, the odds for the Eagles winning Super Bowl LXI are already trending favorably. Right now, they're around +1,200, but with this potential addition, some betting markets are shifting, and they could see their odds drop to +800. They might even move from being just underdogs to favorites within the NFC, with odds improving to +300. It's a huge boost in confidence for this team, which has already shown resilience and talent this season. If they can add Surtain and solidify their secondary, they become a real threat to the likes of the Kansas City Chiefs and other top contenders. This move also echoes historic moments in NFL history, where star players traded mid-season have propelled their teams to Super Bowl glory. Think about the Seahawks with Richard Sherman in 2013, or other legendary defenses that became impenetrable when they had a lockdown corner in Surtain's mold. The Eagles have the talent on offense, especially with Hurts leading the charge, but their defense's ability to close out games and make key stops could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. Surtain's addition would be a statement. Philadelphia isn't just here to compete, they're here to dominate. And for the Denver Broncos, this trade signals a clear rebuild. They're exiting their window of contention for now, focusing on developing young talent and accumulating draft capital. It's a tough pill to swallow for fans who remember the days of their Super Bowl-winning teams with Von Miller and their formidable defenses. But in the NFL, strategic rebuilding is often necessary. The Broncos are betting on the future, trying to gather the pieces that will eventually turn them back into contenders. Whether that's through draft picks or cap space, they're laying the groundwork for a new chapter. So in the grand scheme of things, this potential trade isn't just about two teams exchanging players and picks. It's about a shift in power, about the Eagles stepping even closer to their second Super Bowl title in recent years, and Denver preparing for a fresh start. The league is always changing, and with Surtain in Philly, the NFC landscape might be forever altered. It's a fascinating storyline to follow, and as we get closer to the trade deadline, everything points to this being one of the most impactful moves of the season. Stay tuned, Eagles fans, because if this happens, it's going to be a wild ride to the playoffs and beyond. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Eagles are in a prime position to leverage this move for a Super Bowl push. With a defense that's already among the best in the league, adding Surtain could be the final piece that turns them into an unstoppable force. Imagine the impact in the playoffs, shutting down top receivers, creating turnovers, and giving Hurts and the offense even more opportunities to score. This combination of talent and strategic moves is what championship teams are made of, and Eagles fans should be excited because this potential trade could be the start of a new dynasty. The team's management has shown they're willing to make bold moves, and this one might just be the boldest of all. As the season progresses, keep an eye on how this develops. If the trade goes through, Certain's impact will be felt immediately. The secondary's improvement could be the difference in tight games, especially in the postseason. And for fans, it's a chance to witness one of the league's top cornerbacks in Eagles green, helping the team chase another Super Bowl ring and etch their name even deeper into NFL history. That's what makes this story so exciting, the possibility of the Eagles, with Certain's talent, rising even higher and making another run at the Lombardi Trophy. It's a storyline filled with drama, strategy, and hope, exactly what NFL fans love. So as we wrap up, remember that this is more than just a rumor or a trade speculation. It's a potential turning point for the Eagles, a move that could elevate them from contenders to champions. League is watching, and Eagles fans are at the center of it all. This season is shaping up to be unforgettable, and with Certain potentially joining the squad, the best is yet to come. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's see how this story unfolds. Because if it happens, Philadelphia will be cheering even louder, and the road to Super Bowl LXI might just run through Lincoln Financial Field once again. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll be back soon with even more updates on your Philadelphia Eagles. Keep the faith, and let's go, Birds!